You and your autopilot purchases are pooping all over St. Patty's parties. St. Patty's rolls around, everyone's wearing green, and there's one bottle that shows up everywhere: Jameson. Now, Jameson's not bad. It's made to be easy to drink, kind of innocuous, disappears in a cocktail, easy to shoot, especially if you got some pickle juice around, and it's everyone's go-to for that reason. And listen, it's not bad, but there are better options out there. Some of them the exact same price. And on top of that, not everyone likes whiskey. So stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you a couple awesome Irish gins that you can grab instead if that's more up your alley. Jameson is a great option for people who don't really care what their whiskey tastes like, the party people for St. Patty's Day. But if you're someone who actually cares about flavor, grab a pen and paper, because you're gonna want to take notes. First off, let's talk about McConnell's. McConnell's is a historic Belfast brand originally from the 18th century. Like many other Irish whiskey producers, they disappeared in the mid-1900s when the industry collapsed. Nowadays, it's made at the Great Northern Distillery. This stuff is aged in ex-bourbon casks, and unlike other entry-level Irish whiskeys at this price point, it actually comes with a 5-year age statement. Now, this stuff's not far off from Jameson in that it's approachable and pretty easy to sip, or shoot, or whatever you want to do with an Irish whiskey on St. Patty's. What sets it apart from Jameson, though, is a couple things. One, it's that 5-year age statement. They really are aging this for 5 years in those ex-bourbon barrels. And the other thing is the ex-bourbon barrels. Those barrels provide a little bit of vanilla and a little bit more complexity than you would get without them. McConnell's is a little bit cleaner and has a little bit more spice and that vanilla note. So it is a lot more complex than your regular old JMO bottle that you got sitting around. A bottle of McConnell's comes with notes of light citrus, vanilla, a little bit of sweetness, and a peppery finish. Plus that stone fruit and other sort of Irish whiskey notes that you would expect if you already know what Jameson is like. This is for someone who wants an easy swap. It's the exact same price with an extra layer of complexity. You can still shoot it with your pickle juice, but you'd also be satisfied to sit and sip. Now, with McConnell's being the easy upgrade, there is a little bit further you can go, and that's Redbreast 12. Redbreast 12 offers a true Irish experience. Redbreast 12 is a single pot still Irish whiskey, a style that is uniquely Irish and historically central to the country's whiskey identity. Unlike a typical blend, single pot still whiskey is made from a mash bill of both malted and unmalted barley and distilled in copper pot stills. This style became dominant in Ireland in the 19th century and was once the most sought after whiskey in the world. Redbreast has preserved this tradition for over a century and today is widely regarded as the definitive expression of classic Irish pot still whiskey. When you hear a whiskey drinker talk about complexity, this is exactly what they're talking about. This is heavier and has a lot more layers and texture than Jameson or McConnell's. If you've got a friend that's tried Jameson and because of that they think that they don't like Irish whiskey, this might change their mind. Redbreast 12 has notes of dried fruit, honey, marzipan, ginger, and a little bit of spice on a creamy finish. If you want to understand why Irish whiskey was once the most sought after aged spirit in the world, this bottle is going to show you why. Now let's take a look at something people forget that Ireland used to make. Teeling Blackpitts is a peated Irish single malt that revives a style historically tied to Ireland's malting traditions. The name references the Blackpitts area of Dublin's Liberties, once home to major barley malting houses where peat smoke was used to dry grain. While peat is more commonly associated with Scotland today, smoky malt was not foreign to Ireland. What makes Blackpitts distinctive is its triple distillation, which softens the sharper medicinal edges often found in heavily peated Scotch, and its maturation in both ex-bourbon and ex-sauterne wine casks. Bottled at 46% and non-chill filtered, it's a modern expression rooted in Irish history. Now, I know the idea of peat turns a lot of people off, but this is not a medicinal sharp style of peated whiskey. This comes off more as a gentle barbecue smoke that kind of flows throughout the normal profile that you would expect from an Irish. You still get fruit in this bottle, especially because of that sauternes cask finish, which brightens everything up a little bit and provides a little bit more of a tropical backbone. This stuff will surprise a Scotch drinker, an Irish whiskey drinker, a bourbon drinker, and your grandma that only drinks Tito's. A bottle of this is packed with gentle smoke, grilled fruit, honey, and a soft, spicy, sweet finish. This is great for Scotch drinkers who want to grab something Irish for St. Paddy's. It's great for bourbon drinkers that don't know what the heck they want today. And it's good for people that just are tired of plain old non-peated Irish whiskeys. Now, if you want to see just how far Irish whiskey can go, there's one bottle that definitely stands out. The 2023 release of Midleton Very Rare is the 40th annual vintage of one of the most collectible series in Irish whiskey. Crafted by master distiller Kevin O'Gorman, it's a blend of carefully selected aged single pot still and single grain whiskeys drawn from only the most exceptional casks at Midleton Distillery. The Very Rare series began in 1984 when master distiller Barry Crockett set aside outstanding barrels to create a once-a-year expression that would represent the pinnacle of Irish whiskey. Each vintage is limited, individually numbered, and designed to reflect both tradition and evolution within the category. For some of us, you only get a chance to taste something like this once in a lifetime. And that's because it does come with a serious price tag. I've only tasted one Midleton Very Rare release, and it was way back before I was really into whiskeys. But this is one of the whiskeys that changed my mind and made me realize that Jack Daniels and Evan Williams weren't the only cats on the block. This stuff is really polished, really refined, and just really outstanding. If you're someone that has a couple extra bucks to burn for St. Paddy's, this will impress anybody that you come across if you like them enough to give them some. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't even like whiskey, fine, you win. Drumshambo Gunpowder Gin is one of the most recognizable modern Irish gins out there. It's distilled in copperpot stills at the Shed Distillery in County Leitrim. What makes it interesting is how they handle their botanicals. Instead of just boiling everything together, they vapor-infuse citrus and gunpowder teas, so you get aroma without bitterness. This stuff is bright and citrusy, and it doesn't have that in-your-face loud Christmas tree juniper thing going on. If you want to make a killer G&T, go ahead and grab a bottle of this, some Fever Tree Tonic from Empire 2, and maybe a little green food coloring if you're feeling festive. And then if you like a London Dry a little bit more, Dingle Irish Gin is awesome. These guys also make a killer Irish whiskey, but their gin is really where it's at for me. These guys are on the Kerry coast in County Kerry, and they use a lot more botanicals that kind of give you that ocean vibe. This stuff does lead with the juniper. There's a little bit of citrus in the background, but there's something kind of briny and floral in the background, and if you close your eyes, you can almost hear the ocean. Whether you're a whiskey drinker or not, Ireland has options. You don't have to default to one green bottle every March. So if you're hosting or for some reason gifting this St. Paddy's Day, grab a bottle that shows off what Ireland can do outside of Jameson. There's smooth stuff, there's smoky stuff, there's traditional stuff, and there's luxury bottles. There's a lot of options. I got a link down in the description. You can go ahead and click on it. You can see all of the bottles that I just talked about with you. And if you want to go a little further, we have tons of Irish whiskeys that are available right on EmpireWine.com. That's going to be it for me this week, and I really hope that this helped you pick a better bottle. Adios.